Hey guys, in this video I'll show you how to use the SolidWorks fill pattern tool. Let's jump right into it. So to do this, first you need a surface to work on and you also need a boundary. So we'll create both now. First we'll select our top plane to create a flat sheet. Should be an 1/8 of an inch thick. So center point rectangle from my origin, expand, and I'll make this 40 and I'll make this 30. Should be fine enough. So if you go to features, extrude this by an 1/8 of an inch, that's fine. And then we'll define our boundary. So I'll select that face and hit sketch. In this case, I'll just make a circular boundary, center point here, and extend up to here, hit escape. No dimensions are needed, but you can do so for your project. So I'll exit this sketch, and thirdly I'll make a cut, which will be the feature I want to fill around. So I'll select this face again, hit sketch, and from the origin I'll just cut a hexagon, so 6 sides. This is fine. Select this and make it horizontal, and then you can dimension this to be 0.5. Yeah, this is fine. So go to features, extruded cut, select true all, hit OK. So now we have three things. We have a solid body, we have a boundary, and we have, this is our boundary, and we have a feature, which is this cut extrude. Now to fill it all around, we need to come to the features tab, come under linear pattern, select this drop down and come to fill pattern. So this left pane comes up, and the first thing it asks for is your fill boundary. So I'll select this sketch as my boundary. Next is the pattern layout. There are several pattern layouts, but just selecting this, you won't see anything happening because you haven't selected your feature yet. So you slide down, come under feature and faces, and here you can select your feature. So come to your design tree and select that cut extrude. So now you go back up and we'll add a few more parameters because we don't have enough information yet to have that fill pattern. So next, as far as layout, still hold off until you select your direction so you can actually see it work and then decide on what to use. So for this is where you select your pattern direction. In this case, I'll just select this edge, and now you can see your pattern coming up. So once you look at the layouts we have here, the first option here is this perforation, the second is circular, the third is more like a rectangular form, square, and the fourth one is polygon. So if we chose this perforation, for example, some of the parameters we defined would include this, which is our spacing, and this instance spacing is the spacing from one of your feature to the next one. So in this case, I can make it 1, for example, and you see how condensed it is. I'll make it 2. You see it has more spacing. I could make it 2.5, and it has more spacing as well. Next is the stagger angle. This is literally this angle from one feature to the other, how staggered are they. So in this case, on default it's 60 degrees, but you can always tweak it to be maybe 45 or 15 or whatever angle you choose to do, or 30. So in this case, I'll just leave it at 60 degrees default. And the next thing you can change is your margin. The margin is the offset you have of any feature, any of the field feature from your boundary edge. So if you can see that small gap it leaves here right now, that's the 0.2 it has on default. But if you want more spacing, maybe screws are to be on that edge, you could just change this to 1 inch, and you could see none of the field features get to the edge up to 1 inch. So we'll try this circular method as well. This is what it looks like. You still have the standard spacing of loop. We'll make this 2 inches like before, and this your instant spacing should be the same as above at 2 inches if you want to see something like this, or if for some reason you want it to look a little weird or offset, you can just make the number bigger and stuff like that. You see how it changes. So for my case, I'll leave it at 2 inches, and these are the margins of before we already defined. So you can see how you have that 1 inch offset all through the edge, and we could change it to 2 inches. You see it deepens it in. So I'll leave it at 1 inch as it was. Yeah, so up to this point I'll make a cut, then we'll roll back our design and see what the other two pattern layouts look like. So click on OK, and this is the kind of cut you get. People use it for perforation or stuff like that. So that's exactly what the cut will look like. I'll come back here to edit the feature, and now if we were to go with this square one, you can see from our original one we have this developing in a square pattern. So it's just as easy as that. And as far as all this, it's just as before. You can tweak some things till you get exactly what you need. So all these sliders here are just things that, not sliders actually, all these parameters here are just things you can just quickly edit to make some tweaks. Once you see exactly what you want, just hit OK and move on. The next layout is this polygon one, and you can define how many you want. You can see it developing as a polygon. From this original one we can see 8 already, so you can select 6, you can select 5, whatever number of polygons you think you need, and just do the other tweaks as far as spacing, loops, all of that, margins and all, and click on OK. So I'll leave that as this. So this is one way of doing the fill pattern cut, which is already having a feature that is the cut extrude 2 in this case, and filling it all around. There is yet another method which is using seed cuts. Let's check it out. Now seed cut does not require you to already have a cut or any feature made. So I'll just delete this, and the fill pattern is done as well. Yeah. So we have our sheet and we have the boundary as well. So same thing, come to fill pattern from linear pattern and select our boundary, which is this edge. And before you do any of this, come down here and select create seed cut under features and faces. So once you select that, you have 4 options. There's this circle, there's the square one, there's diamond, and there's the polygon. So choose whichever is okay for you, but for this example I'll just select the circle one. I'll make the diameter of my circle 0.25, and the center point I will select here. So we'll come up and give it a direction. So select this for your fill pattern direction and hit this. So that circle looks a bit too small, so I'll just change it here to 0.5. Yeah, it's more noticeable now. So you can see these on default don't need you to make a sketch. It's an easy go-to if what you need to do is just a square, a diamond, a polygon, or a circle. So you could use seed cuts already, and all the tweaks were just as before. You could select the square method and make this 2, make this 2, and you have this, boom, your margins same as before, 0.5, and define everything you need to define and click on OK. So as far as selecting what you're cutting, you can either use the selected feature or this create seed cut. But if you need to do some things that are custom, like a slot or some weird shapes, yeah, I mean, by all means, you can use the selected features. So here we'll click OK, and it looks like that. Now, on a final note, I would like to let you know that this fill pattern doesn't only work for cuts, it also works for extrusions as well, or any other feature you could have added to your model. Just like every other pattern into like the linear pattern, circular pattern, and the likes, you can use them for both extrusions and cuts. So in a case where you are designing a grab handle and you need those little bumps on them, or people want to make nulls on maybe a knife handle or so, or a melee, these are the kind of applications. People also use fill patterns for stuffs like vents, material reduction in some kind of housing or covers. So just yeah, it's a great tool to use, and but feel free to mess around with it. You get a particular pattern you want, use the margins, and boom, you're good. So that will be all on this video. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. I'll see you in the next. Bye for now.